different things that happens to the body.
Eating a cake,
legs,
eating a whole fucking cinnamon cake.
Yeah, so just something happens.
Dude.
You're on the punchline with Kelly Pollack and James Dominguez.
So you wait an hour? Why sit here an hour and then you sneeze right when the show comes on?
Well, that was a cough.
Was it a cough?
Yeah, I was probably eating both of them.
You sound like a cat. Both of them. Both of them.
What's up, y'all?
What's up? We have some big news today. We have big news and we have lots of...
Oh, no, I don't mention that yet.
No.
But let's... I want to get into a bunch of the other stuff, though.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on today, man. A lot of it. But I'm just trying to get the show put on real quick. That's the thing, is I'm just trying to get everything put on.
James is fiddling with his device.
Well, it's not popping up as
we
easy.
could never get it on time, though. Like, you'll get it, and then mine will be off.
Yeah, it just sometimes it just doesn't click on it like as quick as it should, you know?
Yep, or they come on and this the volume's all the way up.
Right? Dude, I got like this big giant head, man. It looked like a pit bull head right now. Little body and a big giant head.
Them pit bull memes are great, man.
Dude, the pit bull memes are the best.
What's up, Sergio? What's up, Steven? Thank you. Good to hear you. Holy shitos. I'm not saying anything yet.
Nope, we're not saying nothing. He looks like he's coming in like the pit bull drug him in.
He's been asked about recently, though. A lot.
Vinny made weight and ready to roll. He should have been made weight. He's been training for 6 months.
Cool.
That's good, though. Are you going to that fight tomorrow?
So far, yes.
Okay.
Is that when it's tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Are you going?
I think it's on Saturday.
What? These local fights don't do Saturday. It's too much competition with the bigger fights. Bevol's fighting.
Yeah. No, he is tomorrow, huh?
What?
That's tomorrow?
It's Saturday. Tyler, James, you look thin. Yeah, man, I'm working on it. That's all I can do. Looking thinner. But yeah, what's going on with we got some big fights coming this week.
Absolutely.
And we got some big fights coming in the future.
There were some big fights over the weekend.
We had some really good stuff on the weekend. Which fight do you want to jump into first?
Well, we can start with the obvious, the Brandon.
Yeah.
I think that's what people are going to want to talk about, and that's going to be the first one I think they bring up.
Yeah. You know, it's coming that I wouldn't be upset not to see Brandon fight anymore. I mean, I love Brandon. You know, we both do. I mean, we've known him for a long time, you know.
I agree on that. You know, I'd rather see the hell, you know, everything else. But as far as the fight went, man, it was a great fight.
It was.
For what was put in front of each other and put in front of us. And, you know, the heart and everything else that was shown in that fight. And it was a great performance by Brandon.
Yeah.
For the way Brandon, because that's the way Brandon fights.
Fights.
You know,
you're never gonna lose your money going to see Brandon fight.
You know, some people go, oh, he didn't look good. Why did you do that? Like, well, then you didn't know Brandon throughout his career.
Sergio just said he executed, but why the lack of head movement? When did he ever have it?
Exactly, he didn't. And you know, and that was a good point you brought up yesterday, James. When he is on the inside, he makes you miss more being on the inside than he does on the outside.
Yes.
But that's the way he always fought, and that's not going to change now. And I don't think you know, his last 2 fights or 3 fights, he's going to change. So
what you know, and we talked about this yesterday. What Brandon does is something that you don't see a lot of fighters do. Maybe 5 or 6 that I can call offhand. He does a thing from like 1930s, 1940s, like fighters like Gypsy Joe Harris did, and James Toney was real big for it. Yeah. Bernard Hopkins does it. Winky Wright did it. It's called he bounces the shoulders. And you remember, I know you probably remember being trained like that, older guys. What they will do is you'll put your chin on the inside pocket of the shoulder, and where you lack defense at, you can make up for it because you can feel the shoulder. You can feel the punch coming because your head's right on the shoulder. So that's why he's more effective on the inside. So when the guy loads up on the right, he switches to the left shoulder, or to his right. And then when he switches up to the left, he switches back to the right. So he's never getting hit with the power shot. He's taking punches, but he's not taking them solid. And then on the inside, he's making you miss a hell of a lot more on the outside. And I think, too, I think when he fought Danny Garcia, it took Danny Garcia 7 rounds to figure that out because Danny was getting his ass whooped on the inside.
Yeah, it was a tough fight. But too many flush shots with no head movement. I mean, I'm not going to argue that though. I mean, he got hit.
He got hit, but
so what? I mean, I hate to say like so what like that too. That's been Brandon Rios' style though, man. Like Brandon Rios is not a guy that you're going in to expect a Floyd Mayweather performance, guys. Come on, or Lomachenko. You're expecting a fight with Brandon Rios, so don't like knock the fact that you got hit flush. He does. He gets hit a lot, and so does Gotti. Guys like Gotti too.
They didn't shit on Gotti that way though, did they?
No, but then they bring entertainment to the fans. That's what it is. Like, he's not going to be the guy that's like pound for pound best fighter in the world. But enjoy the sport. Like, you'll have those type fights. Because if you didn't have those type fights, believe me, boxing will get boring after a while.
You're going to miss a guy like that when he's gone. You know what I mean? Like I said, you never lose money paying. You never lose out watching this guy fight.
Yeah.
He's bringing it every time, and people are like, "Oh, he's retired." You know what? I mean, if this is what he wants to do, I'm not one to tell somebody to retire. That's a fighter. You sit on. No one goes to your job at UPS and tells you need to quit delivering boxes because you're not delivering as fast as you used to. Fuck, man. Fuck them dudes, right?
Them and FedEx.
Sergio, but that's his choice, not ours or yours. You know what I mean? You know what? Brandon has saved almost every cent he has. Brandon's not broke. Brandon does it because he loves fighting. There's just some people that love fighting. Yeah. And like saying, that guy, that's the way he's always fought. And yeah, he's always been a slow starter. That first round, he's never come out on the first round and just done shit.
Yeah, so again, going on that, and this was the thing that kind of like grinded my gear all week, just with a lot of things that I've seen. There's too much involved, too much thinking, and what I see is like too many people always too opinionated and wanting to put in their 3 cents and their knowledge. It's like, excuse my language, but like shut the fuck up and watch the fight.
Yeah.
Like let the fight happen.
Let it fucking happen.
Hey.
Do we got a Viking Herm showing up. We got a Viking Herm.
Oh shit.
Howdy, I heard some people miss me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's it been going?
Oh, things have been going good. I've been on vacation, but I figure...
how's it hanging?
Well, it's hanging low, and that's the whole reason why I had to stop being on vacation, because...
You caught something?
No, I actually gave something. I don't know if you heard about E. coli being in America, but...
Yeah, the
row
romaine
your boat gently down the stream.
Is really bad right now.
Yeah, I just ate some yesterday, so romaine lettuce.
I know, I did too, actually.
I'm sorry about that.
And I just seen it today.
So I've been on vacation, and sorry, America, but Vikings didn't just invade with axes; they did it with E. coli.
All right, so you serve some pigs in a blanket, I take it.
Yeah.
Bobby said, "What do you guys think about Manny giving Mike advice to emulate how Manny fought Marquez?" I like where Manny's heart is coming from on that, but I think it's a different type of fight. You know
Where
what I mean?
was this at?
Bobby asked, what do you think about Manny giving Mike advice to emulate how Manny fought Margarito? Margarito is not Errol Spence, and you know what I mean? So it's a whole different situation. And Sergio said, "I'm a chismoso." That means he talks too much. He gossips too much. He's a big fucking gossip.
No, hey, that's his cup of tea.
Yeah, that's a cup of tea. I just got a message from a friend of mine saying she just went and got some underwear, so that was nice. Hey, sometimes you just got to get panties, right?
Yep. Ask her if you can smell them.
Put them up on the green screen. But no, I mean, like I said, Brandon's not a Hall of Famer, but what Brandon and I seen people say, "Oh, he's a D-level fighter." Who the fuck are you to call somebody a D-level fighter? The guy's a world fucking champion.
I understand, and he's fighting big name guys, and he's besides this fight I'm talking about, he's look at the guys that he fought.
Well, and that's what I said. Chris Henderson came on there and he said D-level, and he was right. Chris Henderson said his losses were to Alvarado, Manny Pacquiao,
and
Tim Bradley, a young Pacquiao, Tim Bradley, and Danny Garcia. And everybody else, he beat the fuck out of. So
Yep.
Didn't he beat a Lamont Peterson at I mean, but the thing is this, I don't know why people, they sit their ass on a couch all day and they can put a letter grade on an athlete. You know what I mean? He's a D-level guy. Here's a comment I made. I said, these D-level guys, if you got into a street fight, would fucking kill you on the street.
Yeah, they would. That's another one too I love hearing. Oh, street fighting is different. It's like, dude, shut up, man. He's got boxers. What are you going to do to a boxer? Oh, it's a street fight. What are you going to hit him with that he ain't used to, though? If you're on the ground and you're hitting him, he's used to getting hit. You're not.
Matt Tyson James, when's your next fight? I don't know. Maybe I don't got to go to Ireland to get one, though. Oh shit! I don't got to go to Ireland to make one.
Yeah.
So sometimes it be that way.
If the money's right, you'll travel to Ireland.
Oh no, he took his son. His son went to Ireland without the national team.
Don't go to Norway.
No, they can't box Norway. There's no boxing there.
No, we just wrestle.
They just rustle. They rustle bears and wild pigs and shit.
I got a skull cap from Norway and a mug.
Why'd you tell him? Now he's gonna want it.
Yeah, that's
no, because the kid
that's my skull cap.
The little karate kid that trains here, he lives there and he comes here for YouTube question. Blake and Herm chirping in. YouTube. Jeffrey DeRune.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude.
I'm so happy for the return of the Viking. Oh, we are too. But don't get used to it. He's got clinicals.
He's got clinicals, and he's in love. He found a Viking et.
And now he's got to take penicillin all the time from his vacation.
Yep, he has a Viking et now. He has a
Shield maiden.
A shield maiden.
Yes, we're getting tacos tonight.
It's Tuesday.
Yes, dollar tacos.
You gotta.
Oh man, lazy fat feral cat. Chubby James, in the past when you were actively training boxing, were there any boxing champions that you think you could have given trouble to because styles you make fights? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. When I fought, I was not. I was a B-level amateur. I wasn't what you would call elite. You know what I mean? So I don't think so. I've sparred with a lot of champions. I've seen how good they really were. And I don't know. I came out on the bad end many times from that, so I don't think so. Just being honest, man.
Well, I know. I'm laughing. You see the one dude. What do you put about his? Okay, YouTube from Juan Y. What kind of workouts would you do on strength and conditioning days? I'm having trouble when it comes to weights. I like to lift weights, but it's better to work on self-defense, I think. Listen, that's a good question, Juan. It all comes down to the person. Me personally, I did do weights, but I did very light and a shitload of reps. So when I did my weights, it wasn't for strength. It was more for the muscle endurance. And then I did a lot for my strength. I did a lot of functional strength training and natural, like pushing trucks and running college football stadium, sprints, pull-ups on a fire hose, sledgehammers, things that weren't going to get me bulky and slow, but it was functional strength training. But it's good to have that balanced out, though. Like, you don't want to do one too much throughout the week, and you don't want to do the other. Like, it's good to have, I suggest 3 days of running distance, 3 days of strength and conditioning, and then your gym work will be the most of your cardio training. I would up the rounds on pads, stuff like that, work on your skills, sharpen your skills and everything else. That's how I look at it.
Julian said, wasn't you a 4-time Army champ? I was a 2-time national champ and 4-time Army champ. All Army champion. But the thing is this, I fought in a time period which was really strong, like that early 90s to late 90s, which is a strong period for amateur boxing. And being an Army fighter, we fought in Europe a lot, and the fighters out there were not as strong as some of the fighters in the U.S. Like, Ricardo Williams. We had Dante Craig. Just my weight class, we had both the big kids, the big boys. They were your time too.
And what weight?
160, 156, 165. They're both brothers.
Arthur Palak.
David Palak, yes.
Yeah.
And then you had Tony Hanshaw, and it went on and on. Fucking Fernando Vargas, Darnell Wilson, David Diaz. I mean, it goes on and on, Even guys like Jason Velez. I mean, it was such a strong weight class.
Certain regions. How many nationals missed out on certain guys? For instance, and I think it was like towards the end of Brandon Bush's amateurs, but like here's a guy, I met him in the Region 5s.
Yeah.
Brandon Bush could compete with anybody in the nationals and probably went far, but unfortunately I fought him. So the regionals, you got a lot of talent that misses out throughout the regionals.
It's true.
But let me hit this YouTube comment.
Okay, there's one for you, another question for you too.
Oh.
Go ahead.
All right. For future reference, you guys give better advice than trainers at local gyms do. You guys helped me with the problem I had when guys would like to step on my lead foot. Well, I'm glad you like it, and we got another Technique Tuesday coming up soon.
Next Tuesday.
Yep, next Tuesday. Nice of you to know, Justin, right? But same place, same location.
Sergio said, James, Kelly, what's the best method to losing 10 pounds in a week? You can answer that, Kelly.
Crack.
Meth? No. Diet, man. Your diet. Diet's 80%. The other 20% is working out.
Why don't you just try it now? Like just cutting the obvious bad shit out of your diet. Cut like all the sugars.
Yep.
I mean, and I'm not saying all the sugars, but try to keep it like maybe 3 to 4 grams of sugar throughout the day. That's it. And hopefully you get that by accident, one of the foods or starch.
Yep.
Cut that down and keep doing your exercising and just watch how much weight you'll be surprised how much weight you lose in 1 week. 10 pounds in 1 week, if you're actively training, should be very, very easy if you got the weight to lose.
I agree. Sir Omi says, happy Thanksgiving, Omi. All the best for you and your family. Julian said, I've known a few that sucked as an amateur but rolled as a pro. And that does happen because it's different. It's different. And I've known a lot of great amateurs that just couldn't get it together as a pro. The pro game and amateur game are hundreds of years apart. Anybody who says different, they're lying to you or fucking stupid. It's light years apart. And like we were talking just now, like I was asked, giving a world champion trouble. No. I said when I got in there, I would throw and Kelly can attest to being an amateur and doing the same thing, or amateurs doing it to him. A world champion will let you beat on him and hit him, and you think you're doing something, but you're really not. He's working on a game plan, and you're just throwing punches. And then you know what he's going to do? About that third round, he's going to drop the hammer on you. Whenever he's bored.
If you got 10 rounds of sparring, and second, let me put it this way. If you got a whole week of training with that same person, listen, that pro's got you down locked. You're sparring 10 rounds with somebody. There is a difference. And don't get me wrong, you get a good look throughout the amateurs.
Yes.
But once you get into that pro game, it's supposed to all slow down. And you're 100% right. I've seen amateurs that were Olympians that I think you guys all seen that never made it as a pro.
Oh, yeah.
And you've seen guys that were not good amateurs that were more set for the pro style.
I agree. And like I said, when I was 16, I came in and sparred with Eddie Cook, who was the...
Manny, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I saw that one. I would vote for you.
Somebody else had a vote, or Kelly Powell.
You should make T-shirts like that.
Yeah, it was a pin. I see.
You should make T-shirts like that. But no, I sparred with Eddie Cook, who was the WBA bantamweight champ in 92, 93. And I remember I was hitting him, and I thought I was doing something. And all of a sudden, he drops this right hand on me, and I swear to God, there was an ambulance coming to get me. Yeah. I mean, you don't fuck around with these guys.
Remember we were saying, too, like you get hit and it fucking makes you smell shit that you never smelled in your life before with a good shot?
How come when you get hit in the nose like that, how come it smells like a copper pennies?
I don't know.
It smells like you just ate...
Not even a nose. I got hit in the head a couple times. Like you smell shit that ain't there. You see different types of white light.
But
usually the relatives at the end of it,
right? But it smells like I had a mouthful of pennies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what the? And hey, and then everything, the back of your head stings. Like what the fuck?
Dylan, who wins the Usyk versus Ward fight? Well, that's at cruiserweight. I go with Usyk.
Usyk is just too big, man.
Too big.
And he's been and Ward's been out of the ring for quite a while.
And also the Ward style. Like another thing, Ward is he's a guy that comes in and likes to roughhouse on the inside. Now, if Usyk was a smaller guy and you're talking about fighting at light heavyweight and super middleweight, I'm going with Ward, hands down.
No more cussing. Miss Fortuna's on the show. The boss, the real boss, is on the show. I know. Did Did Bam Bam Rios give a Fight of the Year candidate? Is he done taking shots to the head? I don't think he's done with that, Damon, but I do think that's a Fight of the Year candidate.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it'll get it. I've seen a couple fights.
But I think it's in that list though.
But it was a great fight, and
Dude,
again, you know,
he averaged 120 punches a round.
Yeah. And so something. I mean, I see people knocking. I'm like, oh, just that. Again, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but that's the way Brandon Rios fights. And you know what? He gives everybody he brings excitement to the ring, and it gives you a reason to watch a fight. You're not going to watch a dull fight with Brandon Rios.
You know another thing.
And people should appreciate.
Yes, and you know another thing about Brandon. He's kind. Outside the ring, he's a kind person.
He's fun.
You know, he gives so much of his time to children, and that's a big thing. Children and cancer. He's always doing something for people.
Somebody asked me if I was 100% against Hopkins, and absolutely not. But you know what? That's one of them things where I won't win if I answer that, or truthfully or not. So I just say, you know what? It was a fight that unfortunately wasn't my night.
You fight me, it won't be your night either.
But go read. Yeah,
you'll get one of these right.
The Thomas Hauser book.
Oh yeah,
read that. Because the reason why I say that, Thomas Hauser is not biased. He's not. He don't lean one side. He don't favor anybody. He writes the truth and how it is and exactly what goes down. And read the book. I can't remember the name, but I'm sure if you Google it.
There's a good one here too.
I got a question. Go ahead, do get that one.
I'm sorry. Kendall said, David Reed hit me once a sparring, and I heard a song in my head, and I hadn't heard since I was a kid. But you know what? Before we go anything, Kendall Gould is one of the greatest amateurs in U.S. history, too. He's up there in that top of the list of the greatest amateurs. Yeah. Dude had over 230 wins, man.
I agree. Huh?
What? No, Kendall put Andre Ward on his ass as a pro.
Kelly, after a fight and re-watching it on TV, have you ever been pissed at a commentator that misanalyzed and misjudged you and thought that this guy was saying and think?
Every time.
What is this guy saying and thinking? If so, which fight was it?
Every time Daniel Stewart opened his mouth.
Yeah, what was his name? Lat Fazy Fat
Feral Cat.
All the time.
Anytime Barry Tompkins opened his mouth, right?
All the time, and oh man, it pissed me off. Yeah, I would watch it after, and I'm going, what the fuck are they talking about? Listen, sports needs commentators, so I'm not going to say that. You get some guys that know a roundabout of the sport.
Yes.
And so you just got to deal with it. I mean, it is. How many times I watch a fight that's not me? I'm watching somebody else fight. And they're critiquing and commenting on how the guy's fighting. Yeah. And I'm going, what are you talking about? So, yeah, it just didn't happen with me. I mean, it happens with fights that are on TV.
Oh, dude. Damon said, guys, I heard Mikey hired Hurd for sparring. True or false? That is absolutely true.
That is true.
Mikey did hire Jarrett Hurd, and he's bringing Igis Kavaliskis and a couple other big dudes coming in. Big middleweights coming in.
Austin Trout, you said?
Austin Trout is going to be in. So, yeah, he's bringing big guys. You know what?
Tell us what you feel.
Broner made a comment. Yeah, what do you think about that?
That's why I still want to hear more on his vacation.
Look how lean Viking Herm's getting.
He actually weighs more than he's ever had, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe put on more muscle.
Maybe.
He had a hell of a workout today.
Can I see?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I want to know more on your vacation, guys.
Did you check this
Viking
one?
Herm talking.
I did. No homo.
No homo. Amazing, right?
So, what did you guys do while I was gone?
Dreamed about you.
Dreamed about Viking Herm.
Did you wake up wet in a cold sweat or a warm sheet?
I painted a Jackson Pollock painting in my pants.
My butthole.
I prefer Bob Ross, but
my butthole.
Hey, how many people don't know who Jackson Pollock is?
My butthole was real moist.
Almost like a Betty Crocker cake.
We're well read. We know who Jackson Pollock is. He was an abstract impressionist. Yeah. He made like white streaks all over his paintings.
It's his time.
Sorry, I'm
sorry. No, please. I'm just a straggler. Comes in from the cold.
Very good. Go ahead.
Hey, I was thinking about that diet. Someone was asking earlier, diet, and you even said I look a little bit leaner.
You do.
Yeah, I'm on the E. coli diet. It's where you eat lettuce. And you
romaine
have,
lettuce?
Yeah, and you have diarrhea just 24/7.
Oh.
You'll lose 10 pounds in a day.
Yeah. And, I heard when you're in the fetal position, shitting out the other side, throwing up from that end, you lose even more when it's throwing,
You do, yeah. It's
blood,
great.
The blood coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, I think I'm going to write a book about it. It's called Shitting My Brains Out by E. coli.
I was on the Slim Slow diet at one time. Give me a week, I'll take off no weight. It says, there's some questions here too. Julian said, I never heard a world champ. Ask Goosen if he remembers. Oh, I love Joe. Kelly, any talent coming up in Youngstown? Who carries the next torch?
It's hard right now to say that. I mean, you got some young guys. There's a Popo Salinas, but I don't know. He's been kind of down right now, inactive. I don't know. But it's I gotta watch how I say it. Youngstown. You got to give it time. Everything comes in
waves.
Waves, and go back to it.
The next world champion sucking a titty right now.
Early 80s and up to like the 80s pretty much in Youngstown boxing. Most of your out of the 5 world champions, that's when most of the guys came up and won a world title. It was all at one time.
Yeah.
Then, 26 years later, I won a world title. That was 26 years later, but that's still not that long of a period.
The next world champion's hanging from his mom's tit right now.
Yeah. Around about.
Yep.
Or getting made.
Rebecca Best says, I'm having a date night with a hot guy, so I'm just stopping to say hi. Well, we're going to tell Scott.
Yeah.
We're going to tell Scott on
you.
You
Won't tell him.
Speaking of date night.
You got date night, taco night?
Yeah, it's taco night. We're going to go.
Sure you're going to be eating a taco, huh?
Yeah, well.
I need to get a fucking girlfriend, man. I'm tired of eating tacos by myself.
Well, it's dollar taco night, and I know I'm.
Oh, that's a cheap taco.
I'm Norwegian, but I support the Spanish
culture.
culture.
Where are you getting a taco at the Y?
Having a box lunch?
Yeah. Are those tacos boxed?
Mikey versus Spence, who you got? Why? Juan, I've been over this for the past 3 weeks in my head, and I have no idea right now. All my instincts would lead to Errol Spence because of the intangibles, the size and the power. But there's something about Mikey, just his intelligence and the way he conducts himself, the way he handles himself in the ring and outside the ring, which leads me to a 50-50 fight. I don't know if Kelly feels that way.
I'm 50-50 on it, and I do see the here's the reason. None of the guys, none of them do anything spectacular. And what I mean by that is not one is overwhelming in an area where they're going to come out and fire 89 punches in the first 2 rounds and throw hard punches. Yeah. They're both filling out type guys, which makes it interesting, and it makes the fight go longer, and they're going to play chess, and they're going to figure each other out. Mikey is so smart that he could change. I see where any issue is going to come to play is I see it like in the 8th and 9th when one really has to turn it up to gain rounds, or maybe even earlier than that. Spence is just a big welterweight,
and strong, and young, man.
Yeah.
Well, Mikey's young. He's 30 years old.
Exactly. So I kind of got this fight coming down to like a 50-50. And another reason I keep Mikey in the loop on that is because of experience, along with his strategy and his boxing wisdom, boxing knowledge. He's smart and he can keep that fight, and then the experience is also going to help him.
Yeah.
Hey, to go back to commentary, why didn't you ever get into commentary, like on sportscasters or anything like that?
Because they hire idiots. They don't hire people who know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah. Well,
nobody likes me. They said my lips are too big for cable TV.
It's because your eyes are too gorgeous, right?
He don't want people melting into the TV. Like, oh,
that's true.
He said I got my ears can't fit.
Ashley says, Ashley Quintana says, hey guys, hello love, great to see you. Great to see you on the show. Amanda Stevens says, is it bad I have you guys on and watching daughter play basketball game because I've missed you guys last few times? No, it's not bad. Family comes first, right?
Absolutely.
Family comes first.
My ears break up the reception.
Sergio says War Garcia, Pac-Man, AB. Who you got, Kelly? I think we're gonna wait on. We're gonna wait on Pac-Man and.
I am, because you know what? There's a lot with that fight. Pacquiao shows in one fight that he's his age, and then in the next fight he comes out, and I understand it was against a lesser opponent, but he looked good. I mean, you can still see his punches were fast, sharp. Broner, hey, listen, Broner ain't a spring chicken no more either, though, and who knows what all the shit going on. James seems to think he's getting better. I don't know. I don't. I think he's the same.
I think with Kevin Cunningham, he's made improvements. I saw it with Vargas.
If a Pacquiao comes in that looks like a little younger Pacquiao, dude, I think Broner's in for a long night.
I think Broner wins.
But if Pacquiao comes in and looking like kind of sluggish like he did against Torn, and it's not even because of the size difference. It was just the way that Pacquiao looked,
yes,
and how his punches looked. Then I think Adrian Broner wins a unanimous decision.
I think Broner beats him. The reason I'm saying it is I don't go by how Pacquiao looked against Matisse, because Matisse was there to fucking lay down anyway. I mean, let's face it, he was not there. I go on what he looked like against Jeff Horn. He did not look good, and that's who Pacquiao really is. And let me tell you something about what people aren't realizing.
Wait, you mean that's what Pacquiao really is the Horn fight?
It's who he fought against Jeff Horn. Yes, he didn't look that great with Jeff Horn.
Yeah, but is that the Pacquiao you're going to take?
That's that's Pacquiao that I think is coming to Adrian Broner, not the Pacquiao that beat Matisse.
I think that he's totally going to change. See, I disagree. I think if anything, he's going to change his camp, work on the speed to keep up with Adrian Broner, and this might be one of the sharpest he might look.
Here's my thing, Kelly. Manny has trouble with counterpunchers. Manny's always had trouble with counterpunchers. Marquez pieced him up over and over and over again. Jesse Vargas pieced him up.
Broner's a natural counterpuncher. Like
Broner is a natural counterpuncher.
Not like Marquez was. Though.
No, but he is a counterpuncher, and he's had problems.
You were talking about out of 5 fights, that one that he knocked him out cold with. That was.
But all through those 5 fights, he got robbed on 2 or 3 of those fights.
They were close.
Oh my God, he counterpunched the shit out of Manny.
But just like what I'm going off of.
Floyd Mayweather counterpunched the shit out of him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not comparing him to Adrian Broner. I'm just saying that Manny Pacquiao stays in the pocket a little too long. And when you get a big, strong guy like Broner, who is a big, strong guy, he is going to land on you. He's going to hit you on the inside. And I don't know. And people are saying he's a piece of shit. That has nothing to do with what's going to happen in this fight. His personal life means nothing to me. What he said about Freddie Roach means nothing to me.
Yeah, Sergio says Broner isn't a Jeff Horn. And going back off that, what I was saying is, what I'm comparing to Manny Pacquiao, I'm not comparing Manny Pacquiao. I'm not watching what Jeff Horn's doing to Pacquiao.
Jeff Horn isn't as good as Manny Broner.
But yeah, what I'm saying is, I could tell by how they're punching. It don't matter who they're fighting. I'm watching the speed to snap on a punch.
Yeah. Against
Horn, Pacquiao looked old. He looked his age. Against the last guy he fought, he looked sharp and fast and quick.
Yeah. Lazy Fat Feral Cat said, did you guys see the Spence and Crawford confrontation? Spence looked low-key pissed at what Crawford's saying. I did see it. I don't know if Spence was really pissed. I'm sure they both were a little mad. I mean, but here's what I was saying too. This is I think me and Kelly talked about this a few days ago. This is where maturity comes into play. Maturity and ring experience comes into play. Spence was worried about the Crawford fight next. Why the fuck would you worry about the Terrence Crawford fight when you have Mikey Garcia coming up?
Yeah.
That's where maturity lies. You don't see Mikey talking about Lomachenko, Crawford right now because he's worried about Spence.
I know.
And then that's the problem. And Spence is the immaturity and the inexperience of him is to have him talking about another fight.
I agree.
And he's not. That's where the problem lies. When I said what you do out of the ring means just as much as what you do in the ring.
They just had something with Broner and Pacquiao, where Broner went off on Pacquiao about, or I forget who it was.
Because he said he's not worried about that. He said he's worried about Pacquiao.
All right, heathens. I've got a Mexican restaurant to pillage, and I'm going to take all the tacos.
Are you going to Los Galos?
No, Jalisco's.
Ah.
Yeah. My shieldmate and I, we're going to take all the queso for ourselves.
Good.
So, if you're from Jalisco's and you're watching this, prepare for glory. If not, then happy Thanksgiving, you heathens.
Are you going to put some hot sauce on them boxed tacos?
I just like the queso and the chips and all the stuff. Your
sauce
innuendos are killing me tonight.
You know, if you eat enough of them boxed tacos in 9 months, you'll have a bunch more of them
Little
coming out the
tacos, little
box. I remember
tacos.
little tacos come out of that
A
box.
bunch of baby tacos.
Oh my God, I'm going back on vacation.
You get a bunch of little tacos out of that box.
I'm leaving.
The most expensive topic.
They're expensive tacos. 18 years of
Happy Thanksgiving.
Them
Happy
tacos
Thanksgiving.
are
I gotta go axe a turkey.
them tacos are cheap now, but they'll be expensive 9 months from now.
YouTube question. Juan says, think Broner will catch him coming in with the left hook? It's possible. The thing is, like I said, I don't know. I just think that Broner is going to win this fight. I don't know. I've been wrong before.
No,
I've been
that
wrong
Chuck Cook
again.
will work against the southpaw coming in. The effect might not be the same.
Yeah. I don't think it's that. I think it's going to be accumulation of stuff. I don't know how Manny's going to look coming in. Is 40-year-old Manny coming, or is a 35-year-old Manny coming in?
Oh yeah, Joel, your kids are gonna be sleeping at my house tonight. I'm beating them.
Yeah, I ain't seen Joel at the gym for a while. Okay, there's a bunch of. Oh, Julian says, "Oh, happy Thanksgiving, Rocco." And Rebecca said, "Please don't tell." And Damon said, "Texas niggas love tacos."
And somebody said, "Watch his loss and roll away." Viking going to get the runs.
Julian said, "Quit posting those memes, James. Causes other than that, you're a handsome guy. Just saying." Oh, I try. Damon said, "Didn't Shane Mosley move up to 154 from 135 to challenge? Didn't Pac beat the dog? Should have a bigger De La Hoya? Does size really matter? It matters, but I think that sometimes talent is more than size. You know what I mean? Sometimes just you can be more talented than the size. Like what they say, that the fight and the dog or something like
It's
that.
not the
The dog and the fight. It's a fight and the dog.
Fight and the dog.
Yeah, and I think sometimes.
You too, Mac.
I mean, Roy Jones went up from what, 68 to heavyweight or 75 to heavyweight, and it was Ruiz, but it was still a heavyweight, a strong heavyweight.
Sorry, I'm not going to answer the. We tapped on it. We actually tapped on it a little bit ago, bro. But it's up in the air right now on that fight. Cool, Joe. I'll have fun with them tonight.
Just Damon size. Julian says size matters. I think it does. But I think sometimes talent might even that out or change
The
things a little
size
bit.
does matter. Big, like you see these guys sometimes they're doing great and they're winning world titles,
Yeah.
and then they keep moving. It's like sometimes you're going to bite off more than you could chew because a big good guy,
It beats a small.
a good big guy, it does.
But does a great small guy beat a good big guy?
That's what makes it interesting.
Yes. I have to agree with Luis. Broner does got a chin. Even if Pacquiao wins, you ain't knocking Broner out.
No, Pacquiao ain't knocking really anybody out right now.
Now he hasn't really knocked anybody out in quite a while, other than Matisse.
Great little man beats the fair.
I hope he gets raped by Pac. Sergio's like the only guy that gets really personal. Like he takes shit personal with fighters. You know what I mean? This is what Broner's supposed to do. This is why you guys buy the fight, because you hate Broner. You want Broner to lose, or you want him to win, because that's what he's doing. He made that comment about Freddie Roach today. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
He said he's happy Freddie Roach is back, so now they can get a fair shake.
That's horrible.
Dude, that's funny though. But it's fucking horrible. It's
I
sad.
know,
it's horrible,
it is,
but it's
buddy,
funny as shit.
I know.
bro.
I bet you're
Do you
laughing
remember?
now.
Do you remember when Brandon did that to Freddie Roach too? He goes, I was like, oh man.
Fury versus Wilder. I got that a good fight. I truly have that up in the air. I'm not sure. I'm kind of leaning towards Wilder in that. I think that later rounds with Fury's chin, and I think when Wilder starts finding his range with a taller guy that he's not used to fighting, it's going to take him some rounds.
Yeah.
I think that I don't see Fury hurting him or knocking him out, and I think maybe over time Wilder finds his target.
Julian saying Broner's stance is still wide, still defensively responsible. I don't know. I think with Kevin Cunningham, I've seen a different Broner. I saw it against Vargas, and Vargas is a good fighter. And Broner was not the same Broner. Go back, Julian, and watch Broner and Vargas and show me if he was that defensively responsible. He fought like a monster, and his punch numbers were high. Amanda says multitasking, winning, listening to guys and watching her. That's awesome, Amanda.
I got a YouTube.
Okay, that's fine.
One serious question: road work, ab work, boxing. How many hours max a day would you work on everything? An hour and a half doesn't seem enough to me. Even after work is done, I feel restless at the end. Again, I would break it up. I mean, it depends on your genetics, but I mean, if you lose weight quick. I was 6-7 hours a day, but that kept me mentally strong and confident, knowing going in But no longer than, like, my longest time of the day training was at the boxing gym. I was there 2 hours, sometimes a little over by the time I wrapped and everything else. But at the most 2 hours of training. And that was like the hardest part. But then my run, usually the longest my run will last would be a half hour. And that was if it was a 4.5, 5 mile run. 3 miles, most of the time 3 miles. Weekends was more so sprints and quick distance, a mile.
It's not the quantity, it's the quality of your workout. That's the main thing. It's the quality of it. Some people run 5 miles, but they run that shit at a half a mile an hour. You're not getting anything out of it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people, they'll run their 5 miles, they'll run it fast as fuck and get done in 40 minutes, or 30 minutes. So it's just quality of the workout, not the quantity. But I mean, if you're getting ready for a title fight, like Kelly said, 6 or 7 hours is probably what he needed. But I mean, if you're just getting in shape, it's the quality of your workout. You can knock a good workout in an hour if you're on it. If you know what you're doing.
Said, it depends too. Depends on you, the person.
Go ahead. I don't think Broner sucks, Sergio. And Horn was 20 pounds heavier. That's right.
Sorry, I agree with the Wilder Fury fight. I mean, score it and enjoy that.
I think Wilder wins that one.
Who? I had to. Hamed 92. Who hit harder, Taylor or Martinez? Taylor. Taylor was a bigger guy.
A lot bigger.
If I was fighting Martinez at 47-54, that could be a big difference.
Yeah. Simon has another question.
From my brother Ricky.
Rick.
Brunner didn't start fighting until the 6th round. Of what fight, though, is he talking about?
I think it was the Vargas fight.
Oh, okay.
Vargas
he did.
But that's when he evened that fight up. But I think with Kevin Cunningham, I think he's making improvements. I really do. And people are talking about, he's fat. You know what? As long as he makes weight, who gives a shit? People that are talking shit about Broner right now about his weight didn't say a fucking thing about Errol Spence coming in fat as fuck this other week. No, it's okay with Errol.
That's another one. Actually, I was on one of your posts. All I seen was everybody talking about that, like, Errol Spence, he's big, he's going to be struggling. It's like, dude, he probably every fight. This guy's a big dude. He's 5'10", a big bone, big solid dude. And they're like, he's going to struggle. Eventually, it may be this fight. He may struggle to make weight this fight against Mikey. Or it may be 2 fights from now. Yeah. But eventually, the older he gets and with the size that he is, he's not going to be a welterweight. And if he does stay welterweight, it's going to hurt him more than it's doing good.
Well, I've heard some crazy shit, too. Broner isn't Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn isn't Broner. I don't know why, Sergio, you would think Jeff Horn is that good. Crawford beat the fuck out of him. Jeff Horn's not good. I think that you just hate Broner so much, it doesn't matter who it is. But let me tell you what, Broner's one of the higher paid athletes in the sport, good or bad. Simon said, not sure.
I don't see how he is still, though.
Just because he causes controversy. He puts
people. The 1 point something fight.
No, he's more than that.
I don't want to answer Damon's. I got a good point on that.
Guys, who wins? Lazy Feral Cat. Guys, who wins in the battle of left hands at 175? Antonio Tarver or Adonis Stevenson? I got Tarver.
He's just a better fighter, boxer.
Hassan said James DeGill versus Chris Eubank Jr. Who wins? I'm going to go with Hassan. I don't think that Eubank Jr. is very good.
Damon says, is Baby Miller still a player at heavyweight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Listen, you got a guy 300-some pounds, 350 pounds, 340 pounds that throws 90 punches around.
With that kind of output?
Yeah, he does it for 12 rounds. You're not going to hurt him as easy as you're going to hurt some of the other heavyweights.
My concern is this, Kel. He doesn't hit hard. And that's something you need for the heavyweight division.
I don't think he does. I think he will tire people down. I don't think as many is going to hurt him. And I don't think anybody's going to be able to stay at that pace. Yeah. Not only be able to keep that number output, but to also try to keep that 350-pound body off of him.
That's a big thing. He's big.
So, I mean, you got to take all that in consideration. He's going to be putting that body on you. He's pressuring you. He's going to be pushing you. You're going to be trying to push him off of you. And he's throwing 90 punches around. There ain't a heavyweight that could do that right now against another 220-pound guy, let alone a 300.
Until not Kovalev, but Usyk comes. Haman 92 says, am I crazy for picking Fury to beat Wilder if Fury takes away Wilder's right hand? No, absolutely not. I could see Fury winning this fight. I'm just saying, if I was a betting man, I would bet on Wilder. But that fight could go either way. Fury's amazing fighter, man. He's a clean boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I mean clean boxer, I mean he does things that the average heavyweight can't do. He moves around the ring well. He controls the ring. He has a great jab, a nice right hand. He's good. Yeah, there's so many things going on right now in the sport, guys.
Siren says Miller reminds me of Samuel Peter. Hey guys,
Peter can punch though.
You're making me over here leading hooked on phonics. You guys get your spell checks working on questions.
Peter hits hard though.
Yeah, Miller reminds me. I don't think so, Lou. I think Big Baby Miller throws a lot more punches.
Yeah.
Then he's still a good amount bigger than weighs a good amount more than Peterson.
Yeah,
Peterson was like
265, 270. Yeah.
And you're talking about there's a big difference there. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like this guy's he's really a monster.
Didn't James Toney knock out Sam Peter? A smaller James Toney, right?
I thought.
No, James Toney knocked him. No, James Toney did.
James Toney?
A smaller James Toney. You mean a small guy knocked out a big guy, Kelly? What are you talking about?
Jolie says they are IV infusing Miller with Big Macs. They just hide it. I tell you what, dude, that dude's in shape for that though.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know, but I'm going to go out and I'm going to say Broner. I'm going to take Broner in that fight. I love Manny, but I just think I think Broner's going to have a little more in the tank.
That's a fight that I hate picking because I'm leaning towards Pacquiao just due to the speed, the difference of styles. Like Pacquiao is a more, not like he used to be, but he's still more of an aggressive fighter, come forward. And I think his hand speed is faster than a lot of guys that Broner has fought recently.
Yeah.
Still. But I don't want to pick that fight because I'm telling you guys right now, it all depends on what Pacquiao comes to the fight. And I hate doing that because I don't want to, if Broner wins, I hate taking the credit from somebody. But it's just hard for me when Broner's fighting a 41-year-old man. You know, it's different.
Hassan said, could Tyson Fury get robbed on the scorecards? It seems to be happening a lot in boxing at the moment. Absolutely. I mean, we don't know what the judges are going to do. We don't know what the judges are looking for. There is so much shit that goes on in the back room of boxing. We don't know. I mean, and I'm even afraid to make a score sometimes because they're totally crazy scores, you know? I mean, really, you know what?
Okay, going back, let's picking a fight.
We've been lucky.
We could pick a guy, and the guy absolutely wins the fight, and then the scorecard, the judges say different.
We've been lucky, Kelly. On our picks, we've been lucky. You know what I mean?
For 2 years.
For 2 years, we've been lucky. We won this one fight in 2 years, right? I'm probably gonna miss 2 with this Broner and Pacquiao pick.
That's all right.
Maybe 3. I don't know.
And then alternative, we don't know anything about boxing.
No, we don't fucking know anything. I don't know shit about boxing. I'm a fat, broke loser, right?
Yeah.
That's right. But no.
Justin don't know shit about boxing over there, always questioning us. You guys don't hear, but behind the scenes, Justin's always questioning us, our producer.
Yes. He said, you guys don't know fucking
shit
about boxing.
About. And then he motherfucks us.
He motherfucks us.
He even beats us with a stick.
Yeah.
And he tell you, like, you guys, you keep doing this. You keep sounding like this on air. Embarrassing.
Do you remember when we were on the roller coaster ride? He beat us for going on a roller coaster ride.
He did.
And he said, and then I said, no, we were superimposed. Remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then he made us sit up in a pickup truck for hours.
Tied us to the rope with the neck. And then he was in a bad mood. He found out his brother was fucking his wife.
Or something.
He said, put up your dukes like 30 Styles boxing. I said, fucking have no dukes.
Now I know why the old man don't want me in the house.
Because he fucking needs a maid.
The house reeks worse than my nuts do.
He fucking needs a maid. Tommy says Fury versus Wilder. I'm gonna go with Wilder, Tommy. I'm not saying that for any other reason. If I just had to pick, it'd be Wilder. But both guys can win this fight.
Siren Christian says Pac's work rate has slowed.
He has.
Yes. I don't know if it's so much the work rate or the aggressiveness, which kind of that plays together. But I think he beats Broner.
Well, people say they brought Roach in. Roach is not going to make a difference for Manny. Roach is not going to make a difference for him. Right? When a guy gets so far in his career, there's nothing Roach can tell him anymore that he doesn't know. This guy's been how many years now?
Yep.
17, 18 years?
And that's where I'm going again, Cody, too. That's exactly what I said earlier.
Have you ever met Manny?
one time.
Did you?
Yeah.
He's a little fucker, ain't he?
Yeah, he's small.
He came up to your waist.
Yeah.
You put your shoe on him like fucking Captain, what was his
He
name?
knocked my kneecaps weak though.
Like Captain Morgan, you stuck your foot on him. Broner lost to Kentaro. Madonna, yeah. And you know what though? How many Pacquiao lost to Marquez 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, I
mean,
want
they
to
could
tap
say-
into one before we, because we're.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Clarissa Shields' fight.
I didn't watch it.
Okay, I did.
Okay.
Dude, listen, and they're talking about her fighting. What's her name?
Hammer, Christina Hammer from Germany.
Hammer. Christina Hammer is good.
Yeah.
And woman, please don't get upset when I say this, please. But there is a difference. The Hammer fights like a woman, and that's not knocking. I just hope you guys can understand what I'm saying. Clarissa Shields, to me, fights like a man. Like she throws punches, they're crisp and fast, and everything. The way they come off.
Yeah.
I have to right now. I haven't seen enough of. I only seen 2 fights, and one was a highlight reel.
Yeah.
But I could just. That's all I needed to see was that. I got Clarissa in that fight. I thought Clarissa looked absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. In that fight. She was patient. She sat behind her punches. She did this new work she did with the trainer. She got away from a lot of the amateur style. She was patient. She picked shots, put combos together.
Yeah. It
was a really good fight.
I would agree with that. I mean, I don't know. I've seen her fight. You know what? The thing I just can't get past is fucking attitude, man. Yeah. It wears on me.
Well, that's the same thing you just said about Bernardo.
I know. Yeah. But no. I mean, it's the same thing.
It is.
But, I mean, I don't know.
But how will that work for the women in the sport?
It's the same thing. I think people gravitate towards that. They like that shit, But she was a handful on the Olympic team. I mean, I know a team manager on the Olympic team that said she was an asshole on the team too. I mean, yeah. But that's just who that's who she is. And she she fights with people on YouTube and fights people on fucking she spit on a journalist.
Well, look at you fight with more people on social media than
I'm not a world champion.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You could be though.
Yeah, and what?
It's shit talking on Facebook.
It memes.
It definitely, you already got memes locked down.
Lazy Fat Feral Cat says, guys, Michael B. Jordan, the dude in Creed, said on TMZ he can beat Roy Jones Jr. right now. I think if Roy was 70, he would still bury Michael. He would beat the brakes off Michael B. Jordan. He'd beat the fuck out of him.
That dude just needs to stick to movies.
He needs to stick to Creed. You know what, Mike?
Like, stay there, cut, take.
That dude.
All the what do you call that?
Yeah, the acting.
Yeah.
You got the typical character acting.
You know what? They get into their role. Do you remember when Mickey Rourke thought that too? In Barfly, he thought he could box too, and he got the shit beat out of him. That's the problem. These guys get in there and they really think that they're some kind of monster,
Like when you go through, what's that called? When you go, dude, like when you go through the scene, like and you're breaking it down, like I'm telling you what you're going to do, and so choreographed. All that shit's choreographed in that. Go back, watch the one on Rocky 2 when they choreographed it with Tim and Apollo Creed.
Yeah, well, do you know what's funny? Do you remember when Sylvester Stallone thought he was a real fighter like that? He got put in the hospital for 8 days.
Yeah.
I mean, you fuck around with some of these guys. And that was Ivan Drago. What's his real name?
You mess around in dirt, you get mud.
What's Ivan Drago's real name?
You get dirt.
Dolph Lundgren is a real fighter. He was an actual not a boxer, but he's a martial artist.
I'm still trying to figure that out. What happened that he shrank that much?
I just quit doing steroids, man.
He shrunk like 5 inches.
Dude, he's 70 and quit doing steroids.
Sylvester Stallone's 77.
He's still doing steroids.
You don't get taller doing steroids.
No, he's never gonna be taller. He just wears elevator shoes and he does a lot of D-ball.
And what is the real age of Apollo's son?
That's the fucking mystery. Go ahead and explain the mystery.
Apollo
died in
Adonis
1984.
Apollo's wife was pregnant in 84.
1984, yes.
So we'll say around about, we don't know exactly the month she got pregnant.
Right?
84, 85. Adonis was born. Or should have been Adonis.
Yes,
so maybe there was a missing kid that we don't know about.
Okay.
Adonis is like 23 years old in 2018.
He was born in 92, according to his age.
He wasn't legitimate. They did that in the first one. He was illegitimate. She adopted him. She found out about it.
Oh, he was a side kid.
She was illegitimate.
That's right.
She picks him up in the orphanage. She knows.
That's right. He was.
Oh, so she adopts him in '92.
I don't know what year she adopts.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I did see something on that now.
Finds out that he had this illegitimate kid, and she goes to the orphanage and
Adopts another one.
actually adopts him.
Okay, now explain because we were wondering about that. Yeah, he did. He adopted him, right? Because he was a.
It still don't make up for why Ivan Drago's 5'8" now. I mean, really, 5'8".
He was like 6'2" in the.
He was taller than 6. Dude, that from what I seen in the movie, he was like that much taller than Sylvester.
Well, maybe he was. Yeah, but Sylvester's. And maybe he was on a lower thing. You know what I mean? Or Sylvester's in elevator.
Maybe there was aliens in the ring that shrunk him. Who knows?
Sylvester's in elevator shoes too. He had a problem with his height.
Stallone was he close to the ring? Was Stallone on the steps?
Yeah, no, it was in the middle of the ring where they touched gloves.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. There's fucking so much going on. Fuck, this boxing shit is.
Ricky says Mickey Rourke was a boxer.
Yeah, he was, but he wasn't a very good one.
Dolph wasn't really that much bigger than. No, I understand that, Julius, but actually, Dolph Lundgren's still like you guys. Sylvester Stallone is a really short guy.
Yeah, like 5'4", 5'5".
5'5", 5'4".
Well, I saw Sylvester Stallone in person at the first Contenders. I think season 2. I saw him. He is short as fuck. Well, hey.
Oh, Louie, what's going on, homie?
You got some good stuff going. You got fights tomorrow, right? You're gonna go too?
Yeah, we got some local fights, local talent. Vinny O'Neill, who co-hosted a show with me 2 weeks ago.
Darnell
Boone is fighting the Diesel. My buddy Anthony Kajimi's making his pro debut. It's going to be a local show. My trainer, old trainer, when I was fighting, Jack Lowe, is putting it on. So we got that coming up. Anybody from around here, if you're listening, get to the fights tomorrow night. Always entertaining and a fun night the night before Thanksgiving.
$25 for seats, $50 ringside.
Just be careful if you go out after. What else we got coming up on the weekend? We got
B-Ball.
B-Ball,
yeah, and that's gonna be a good one. What's the kid's name from Canada, guys? What's the kid's name from Canada he's fighting?
Oh, Butte.
Butte? No, not Butte. Not Butte. Butte hasn't fought in years. No, I can't think of the fuck. Adonis Stevenson.
Yeah.
I think B-Ball knocks him out.
Darren going to the B-Ball fight this Saturday.
I think B-Ball knocks him out.
You should Pascal's a little past his prime.
Yeah, Pascal, that's who he's fighting. Is it Pascal?
Yeah.
Or is it Don Stevens? It's Pascal. Yeah, he knocks out Pascal.
I also expect Alvarez to beat Kovalev again. What happens if Bivol and Alvarez fight?
Bivol wins. I think Bivol right now is the class of 175.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. No,
I think
I still think it's a dangerous fight. What is it?
Beater beef?
Yeah. I think I think Bivol wins, but I think that's a dangerous fight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Bivol is the best fighter in that division.
Hands down.
Beateroff didn't. I mean, he hit hard, but he looked like a robot in that fight. You know.
He did it, but he still had fast, hard punches. And when you do, what I'm saying is, when you hit like that, it's a dangerous fight because
just not fast enough for a guy like Bivol.
Well, in 12 rounds, though, anything can happen.
Yeah, but what was his name? Liam, the guy who fought Liam, is it Liam Smith? Or Callum Smith, or whatever, one of them. That dude he dropped him hard twice. If Bivol hit you with those same punches, it would have been over.
Yeah. We'll see, though. Well, no, definitely Bivol's the best fighter.
And then you got Vostik fighting.
By a mile.
Vostik's fighting, too, coming up, right? Vostik?
I don't know.
Vostik's fighting, yes. And then there's some big fights coming up, man. There's a lot of them coming up. Fuck. And then Canelo's coming up again. Canelo's getting ready to fight.
What is that? That's what day is that?
I don't know, but I know it's soon.
Of course, Mikey Spence.
Yeah, and
we got Lomachenko.
Sean Porter is fighting again. Good one. John Molina and John Molina.
Anyone's good with John Molina fights.
Yeah, but John Molina, it's a big one too. Fuck. I had my list and I forgot it, guys. You guys help me out here. But John Molina's fighting. Josecito Lopez is fighting Keith Thurman.
Yeah. When is the Who's oh man, the one that throws a lot of punches. What was the Gary Russell fight?
That one did not get made.
It didn't?
He pulled out.
Oh damn.
He got hurt, but Leo Santa Cruz. No, but Leo got a new opponent. He got Ricardo from L.A. from East L.A.
Oh, Ricardo, I know, yeah.
No, I just remember the name today. They were talking about it, but he was good. He is good.
He's fighting Figueroa. That's a good.
That's right, Molina and Omar Figueroa, and that's what I was talking about. John Molina, Omar Figueroa was a lightweight at one time. He's up to welterweight right now, right? But the thing with Omar Figueroa, he's all action. He will come and he'll fight you.
Real quick for Simon, he mentioned a kid from Alliance, Desi Ford's nephew, but there's another kid out of Alliance. I actually talked to him a little bit. He was the one I was telling you I want to talk with Rudy about.
Yeah.
Johnny Ford, amateur kid. He's looking to turn pro here pretty soon. So he's a guy. I'm gonna try to help him out, as much as I can. Yeah. And then YouTube. Hamed, good to see you healthy. Another boxing podcast healthy in any other boxing podcast you listen to? No, not really. I superimposed Justin in New York. What happened to Rigondeaux? Well, Rick, I don't know what happened to him. Kelly, who would have? There's some YouTube ones. Justin, you didn't point that finger at me.
Yes, he did.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hassan goes, you can't rely on Broner. He could give up mid-fight. He acts like a kid so often, even during fights. A little good point, I guess.
Lazy fat feral cat. Is John Pascal finished? I don't think he looked too good in his last boxing match against the MMA fighter who was 0-0. John must haven't trained for that fight. He looked gassed. I just think he's getting older and he's been in a lot of wars. He fought Kovalev and Stevenson and a bunch of other guys. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think Pascal is going to get past Bivol. I think Bivol is just a tall order for anybody in that division. Dylan White versus Derek Chisora is a good fight. I agree. It is a good fight. But I'm going to take Dylan White against Derek Chisora. Chisora is tough. I think he's just limited when it comes to skill. And I think Dylan White is more of a complete fighter. I don't know, Kelly. Do you believe it?
Virgil Ortiz Jr. will be on the Canelo undercard.
Yes, our homie. I'll tell you what, and I'm not saying it because we're cool with him and his family, his dad, and the camp. I'm not saying that. But Virgil Ortiz is the most exciting prospect right now in the sport.
I think so.
And you know who else? I like Gabriel Flores a lot. Gabriel Flores Jr. Yeah. And how do you think Ryan Garcia is going to do with Canelo's trainers now? Because he's looking good. He's looking really good.
It might be what he needs.
He might have needed to get away from his family.
I think it's still too early to tell with the kid. I think, again, I'm going to harp on it. I think Golden Boy needs to slow the roll with him and just slow him down and keep marketing him the way they are and getting him on there, but just, bring him up like how Top Rank does with his fighters.
Okay, what do you think about Virgil? How they should keep working? Like Virgil, they're pushing him fast and he's doing it.
Yeah, but,
2 world champions.
Another thing about Virgil that he has going for him also, discipline, but he can hit too. I mean,
he's fast.
So, I mean, you almost got it.
Do you know, I was watching Robert.
I'm a firm believer of bringing him up, though.
Yeah.
I understand. Listen, Lomachenko went out and did what not too many
not everybody's Lomachenko.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm still a big fan of moving these guys up slow. I don't care how talented they are. Move them up. They did it with the Leonards. They did it with even De La Hoya was still fairly moved up for like the first 10. He was moved fast, but the first 10 fights was. But he was a big time. I mean, he was an Olympic gold medalist.
Oh yeah.
But these guys like Ortiz, I like to see him slow down a little bit. But you know what? I think if anybody's ready for that speed up, I think he is because of everything that he has.
He's beat 2 world champions already in a row.
Exactly. So he's slowly getting that experience, and I think with the gifts that he has, the power and then the technical ability and the speed, I think he can handle it more than the average prospect.
His size,
everything.
But the thing, I watched Robert Garcia on YouTube. I think it was this morning during my run, and he said Virgil. Everybody went out and partied last week after the fight. Virgil went back to his room and read a book.
Yeah.
I mean, and I said it. What you do outside the ring counts for what you do in the ring. He goes back and he reads a book. You know what I mean? He plays guitar or something. He's just doing something.
Lazy fat feral cat, chubby. Kelly, at what age or part of your boxing career did you find out you had a bomb in your right hand? Was it from a young age or from knocking guys out in high school? Streets. It was actually It happened in the amateurs. It turned around right at the under 19s. Well, even right
And
before
Marquette?
that, I was sparring guys, and I was sparring bigger guys and dropping them in sparring, and then it carried over to the under 19s. I outboxed guys, and I was still doing the boxing part, but I was also dropping them with right hands. And then, but obviously after that, like the U.S. championships, Olympic trials, you're fighting other top guys, and I was hurting them. The power was there, but they're top AMs. And then obviously just from the beginning of my pro career, because even in sparring, you hit guys, they stop, and they got stars going around the top of their head. Yeah, no, so I knew the power was there, but it all came. It all came with maturity. I say like right around the 15, 16-year-old age, where you really kind of start turning into the man, and that's when I noticed it.
Yeah. When you were at the under 19s, and wasn't Paulie the fighter of the tournament? Paulie Malignaggi won the fighter of the tournament, right? In that year.
I don't know if he did. I might have to.
I thought it was
I
Paulie.
may
who won
have
the
got
fighter.
it too. I'm not sure, dude. I stopped
Really?
almost everybody en route to it.
Paulie won it too, though, right?
I fought 5 nights and stopped 3 people,
Yeah.
and I beat the number 2 kid in the country,
The Val Barker.
Joe
Award.
Salas at the time.
I know. I never won that. Fucking.
But Paulie may have. I don't know.
I don't
I'd have
know.
to. I don't know how you would find out. That's
Did
just
you get a
what
trophy? Did you get a trophy with the silver
I
guy
got a
boxed on
medal.
top of the trophy you already got? It's like a little pewter guy with the boxing gloves.
Yeah, Paulie might have.
That looked like the old 1940s style with the
Paulie
hands.
might have got it.
Paulie got it. Well, Paulie beat fucking Juan Diaz, right? The amateurs at the under 19s.
I was knocking everybody out, and then I beat the number 3 kid.
The baby
And I
boom.
whipped that kid's ass from. No, I beat Arthur Shirley in the
Yeah.
tournament to win that. I fought Michael Dorgan, Tiger, and Rock.
Tiger Allen and Rock.
No, I fought, that was their cousin.
Yeah.
He was trained by
Yeah.
what's his name? Tiger's dad.
Yeah, Nazim.
And I beat him in the championships to win the nationals.
Yeah, I've always liked Tiger and Rock Allen. They both were skilled amateurs.
So I mean, right around the 15, 16-year-old age, I was looking forward to fighting pro. Absolutely. I did have the Olympic, but you know what? I seen after what happened in the trials, and after that, there was talks of me staying around another 4 years, and like, why? Stick around, take the chance. What happened to me, like against the Hanshaw, when I fought him.
And be 23 years old.
You'd be 23 now, and who knows if the same offers are going to be there that I had from Top Rank.
What happens if you go wait 4 years and they rob you again in the trials, right?
Yeah. But and then especially after what happened with the 2000 team, with half them guys by the 2004 were done.
And another thing too is this. But the thing with USA Boxing, if you've been around a while, they kind of made concessions for those guys who've been around a while. Do you know what I mean? They kind of pushed for them. Like you saw them do that. They pushed with Hanshaw that way. They pushed him hard to try to get on that team.
I'm not answering that one,
Which
Siren.
one?
Who's the best promoter right now? we
can't-
got reasons we
We
can't,
can't answer that. Not if we ever want to go to a fight again.
Yeah, unless you want us videoing it from here.
Recording the television.
Yeah.
You know
All right.
what?
What's your thoughts on Caleb Plant? Could
I
he
like
become
him.
a champion,
I
or
like
is he
him.
overhyped?
No, I like him.
I'd like to see a little more time, but I think he is got all the tools.
I like him.
I do think he has all the tools.
I
to
do.
be.
And I think he's in a weight class right now that's open for him. 68, he's open.
I concur.
So I like him. But
All right, guys. Well, hey. Go ahead.
no.
You tell him.
Oh, that's the show for this week. And next week is Technique Tuesday, our favorite day. We've changed the dynamic of Technique Tuesday. We're actually going to work on real punches and real technique that you guys want to learn.
And don't worry, it's a half a show, and then we come back for the other half and
Yes.
answer all your questions.
Half the show. Go ahead and subscribe
Share.
and like and hit that little bell icon.
Mainly subscribe.
Mainly hit the bell icon.
And after these messages.
We'll be right back.